8 years ago, Grace Ashcroft watched her mother get murdered. She never found out who did it, or why. Now, she's going back to the same hotel where it happened. Not for closure, for answers. Welcome to Resident Evil Requiem, the 9th mainline game in a franchise that has sold over 170 million copies, and possibly the scariest Resident Evil ever made. You play as Grace Ashcroft, an FBI analyst with zero field experience. Her mother, Alyssa, was an investigative journalist who survived the original Raccoon City incident back in 1998. But Alyssa never stopped digging. Her last investigation led her to the Wrenwood Hotel, and that's where she died. Now, a new murder has happened at the same location. Grace gets assigned to the case, and what she finds is far worse than a crime scene. The hotel isn't empty. Something is stalking her through the halls, through the walls, through the ceiling. And here's the twist that fans are talking about. That monster? Leaks suggest it might actually be her mother, transformed, mutilated, hunting her own daughter. But you're not alone. Leon S. Kennedy returns, the fan-favorite agent from Resident Evil 2 and 4. His missions run parallel to Grace's story, and his gameplay is completely different. Resident Evil Requiem is essentially 2 games in one. Grace's sections are pure survival horror. Limited inventory, only 8 slots. No guns at the start. You hide under tables, you sneak through darkness, you throw bottles to distract the monster. Your lighter helps you see, but it also attracts attention. This is classic Resident Evil. Think RE7. Think the original RE2 remake. Pure tension. But Leon? Leon is action. His sections play more like Resident Evil 4. You get a briefcase inventory system, firearms, melee combat, a hatchet for parrying. You can even pick up enemy weapons and use them against the zombies. And here's the best part. You can switch between first-person and third-person camera at any time. First-person for immersion and terror, third-person for combat and awareness. The game alternates between both characters throughout the story. Grace investigates, Leon fights. Together, they uncover the truth about Umbrella, a scientist named Victor Gideon, and something called Operation Elpis. Resident Evil Requiem celebrates the franchise's 30th anniversary, and Capcom is not playing around. The director is Koshi Nakanishi, the same person who directed Resident Evil 7, the game that brought horror back to the series. At Gamescom 2025, the demo won 4 awards. 4! More than any other game at the show. The game hit over 1 million wish lists within days of the announcement. And the trailers, they're already comparing the monster to Mr. X from RE2 and Lady Dimitrescu from Village. Except this one crawls through walls and ceilings. This one might be your own mother. Returning enemies include Lickers, G-Types, and Drain Deimos. But there's also a new virus called Elanthropus. It keeps some hosts conscious while transforming others into complete abominations. The campaign is reportedly around 18 hours long, plus a Mercenaries-style extra mode. Resident Evil Requiem launches February 27, 2026. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2 at launch. There's also a special edition Switch 2 Pro controller themed after the game, and amiibo figures of Grace and Leon coming later this year. If you pre-order on Epic Games Store, you get Fortnite cosmetics based on the game. This is Capcom going all in on their biggest horror franchise. A new protagonist, a returning legend, 2 gameplay styles, and a monster that might haunt your nightmares for years. Should you buy Resident Evil Requiem? If you love survival horror, this is the game of 2026. I'll see you at the Wrenwood Hotel.